Greetings everybody and welcome to the man cave. It's 11 o'clock at night here and I'm scratching my head thinking about this contraption, so I'd really love your input. So I want you to comment or contact me privately if you don't want to do so publicly, but let me know what you think. I want to get this right. I know that there are other mechanisms that would work, so what we're looking at here is a hinged linear elbow system, and the simplest solution would be to just have a series of holes going along the aluminium tube and then pin it into preset points, but I like the idea of having it infinitely adjustable. So what I'm going to try first is using a TPU or molded urethane dry linear bearing, which also doubles as a clamp. So as you can see from the other version, this forward part here is locked dimensionally by 4 points of contact. So that is going to grip onto the bearing because the bearing has an irregular shape. So I'm hoping that that will bite down and that will stop it from twisting. So when you turn the lever to activate it, this will stop it from turning around with the lever. So let's have a look at that more closely. So you can see that there's what I've actually done is have three intersecting circles to form the outer profile. So we have three areas of eccentricity and then a circular profile in the center. So looking at the cutaway, so this is just the TPU. I know they're both the same color, but it's just the crosshatch. We have three biting points, and what I'm hoping will happen is that as interference is created by turning the toggle switch, that will create pressure down on the aluminium tube and that will lock the linear bearing in place. So I can play around with the teeth designs, I can play around with all sorts of things, materials, but I really want to get it right before, theoretically right, before I go ahead and print anything. So to print this section here, the dry linear bearing, is going to take about 3 hours and 20 minutes, I think. Moulding it will involve a lot more because I've got to do the silicon work too. So the thing that I want your advice on is, one, do you think this will work? Two, if I do use teeth, would it be better to use helical design? And what I'm thinking is, if we start creating pressure, and remember that this is locked by the retaining piece back here, so this is locked in place, so it can't twist around with the toggle. As I create pressure as we turn the lock, let's say that we get to this point and that's maximum interference, you can't go any further, or Sol wouldn't be able to turn it any further. There's going to come a point in the current configuration where it bites down and can't be turned anymore. So all that pressure then in theory would just be on this tooth and its counterparts running around the pattern. So as this turns around and creates pressure, it's just going to put it on one tooth, whereas if we had a helical design, then that pressure would be shared by several teeth. The contact footprint would be smaller because of the gaps between the teeth, but I'm thinking, is it better to share that pressure across three teeth of the bearing, or have it all going into the same ones each time? Now the cam can be turned up or down to create the locking mechanism, but it's always going to be the same 3 or 6 teeth that take the brunt of it. I'm wondering, what's going to happen to these other teeth as well. So let me know in the comments, will it work? Why? If not, why not? Is there anything I'm overlooking? And can you think of anything that might actually assist in making this a success? So let me know what you think. I'd be very keen to hear your thoughts. And as usual, all the channel jazz, like, subscribe and share it, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and that would be really cool. We've got 130 odd subscribers to go, so you know what to do. Hit the button, like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing a full build diary for this mechanism, and I'm really hoping to get it over the summer actually sorted for Sol to use. At the minute he does have an elbow, but he isn't. The lower portion of his arm is about 1.5 inches long, so it normally stays inside this socket completely. And what this might do is, for example, if we're running and he just lets it go, then it'll swing. If he's doing something at a desk, he doesn't need to raise his whole arm and compensate so much. We might be able to completely change the way Sol uses the arm. Don't think it'll add too much more weight, and yeah, with your help I'll get there quicker, so let me know what you think. Cheers people.